All right, guys, for those of you that actually care about this, I'm making another video about the playoffs tonight. We're going to do the play in tournament really soon here. It starts tomorrow night, Friday night games. The NBA has taken its week off, and now it's time for the rest of the season. And in the NBA Retro League, that is the playoffs. We start our playoffs right after the All Star game with the play in tournament. It's a one and done deal. It's just the weekend games. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday games, and then on to the semifinals and then the finals. Will be all wrapped up by mid March when the NCAA Final Four tournament has begun, and we'll be done here in the NBA Retro League, and it's on to the offseason. So the play-in tournament has the Carolina Copperheads, the Denver Nuggets, and the Poway Eagles all competing to go to the semifinals against the Warriors. That's Phil Johnson's team. All right, so you've got AJ Nardi, that's the Nuggets. We've got Mark Jones of the Copperheads, and we got my brother, Randy Englehorn of the Poway Eagles, all competing in the play-in tournament for the right to take on the Warriors, the top rated team or the top seeded team in the league. So the reason I made this video tonight is I just want to go over some injuries and just the situation. Basically, I like who is the favorite, who's going to win this tournament. Perhaps it's always a surprise. We talked about this in the last video about how it's very unpredictable. So let's just dive into this, and I'll start off with the Copperheads. Look, the Copperheads have some issues. If you look at this team based on their top players, you can see that they have some major problems with availability. You have their starting point guard, Keontae George, out right now with an injury. Let's just check out the numbers here. Let's check out the. He's out until the 23rd of February with an ankle issue. That's always a problem. And looking at the news here, it doesn't look good. I mean, Keontae George probably misses the play-in tournament. That's rough for the Copperheads. That's rough. Jalen Duren, he had that big fight the other day against, I think it was Indiana. Can't remember who it was, but anyways, Jalen Duren is suspended right now, so he's not going to play in the play-in tournament. Let's check the notes just to be sure. I don't want to just shoot off the hip here. I often do that because I run this league, and so I do know a lot of things. But I just like to check it again. You just follow along with me, guys. Maybe pause the video and get onto the website and pull up the player news and check it out for yourself. That would be a good way to watch my videos. Don't let me tell you everything. Check into it for yourself. And as you can see, he's out for 2 games, and he's not going to be back. If he's out for 2 games, basically, he's going to miss Saturday's game, and that's the play-in tournament right there. So Monday, I think he's out for that game too, perhaps. So basically, he's not going to play in the play-in tournament. So not a good thing for the Carolina Copperheads, right? I mean, it isn't. Look, I don't revel in this. I might laugh a little bit, but it's because I like the drama. I like the fun of it. I enjoy my team too. I enjoy like that. Look, I've got Zion Williamson. I've got Josh Giddey. These guys are always hurt. I got Kawhi Leonard. I'm always living on the edge, and I'm willing to live with the results. It's like they might play for me, and if they do, I have a good chance of winning. But there's a good chance they don't play. That's life in the NBA. That's life in the NBA Retro League. So, I laugh about these things only because I just enjoy the drama. So, Jalen Duren, Keontae George, both likely out. They're probably, well, Jalen Duren's definitely out. Keontae George is probably going to be out. That's a problem. They're playing Denver. Denver has got a lot of bad things going on. We'll get into that in a second. I'm going to talk about your upset candidate in a second here. Franz Wagner is another one. So Franz Wagner, just no luck with this guy. Hold on here. Well, hopefully you guys can see his. See, hold on. I'm just gonna pull him up here. No, it's not gonna show it. It's at the bottom of the screen. I just wanted it to be higher up in the screen. At any rate, Franz Wagner, yeah, he's got an ankle problem, and he's gonna be out for a while. As you can see here, March the 11th. That pretty much eliminates Franz Wagner for the entire playoffs almost. If the Carolina Copperheads got to the finals, Wagner might play game 3 of the championship series. And every series from the semifinals to the championship series is a best of 3. And those of you that are listening in on this video that don't know this league, we have 2 game periods per week. You get the Monday through Thursday game period, and you get the Friday, Saturday, Sunday game period. And during our playoffs, we play a best of 3. So say game 1 starts on Monday, it goes through Thursday, that's game 1. Then game 2 would be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the following Monday through Thursday is game 3. So Franz Wagner might make it for game 2 in the finals and game 3 if he's healthy. And it's hard to say because Orlando is in contention, so they probably want to play one of their best players. But missing Franz Wagner for most of the playoffs wouldn't be a good thing for the Carolina Copperheads. So those are the big issues for the Copperheads, as you can see. Otherwise, they got Jokic back, and he can carry this team. I mean, he's definitely a special talent. So Nikola Jokic can do it all by himself a lot of times, but they really do need everybody. And I think that more than Franz Wagner being out, more disconcerting for the Copperheads is Keontae George, their starting point guard. Their backup point guard is Colin Gillespie, and he's nothing special, really. I mean, he's all right. He's decent. He can be good on occasion, but he's not like a leader like Keontae George has been for them this season. Andrew Nembhard, another guy just like Gillespie. Decent on occasion, but not the leader. Now, this team does have a special talent there in Keontae George going forward, but for this play-in tournament, missing him, that's going to be a big deal. The Nuggets, let's talk about them real quick here. This is a team I'm pretty much dismissing because you can see Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to miss the play-in tournament. You can check the notes just to prove it to you. He's out until the 27th of February. So no play-in tournament for him. Domantas Sabonis, you can see it right there, out for the season with the knee problem. We all saw that coming. So they are going to be depending on Victor Wembanyama, which is fine. Wemby's great. But Trey Murphy, Derek Queen, Russell Westbrook, Anthony Black. You can see this is not like an all-star lineup. This team has decided to pack it in for the year, and they're looking to the future. This is a good team. Obviously, the Denver Nuggets, they've got Wemby at a cheap contract for at least 2 more years to come. But this year, I don't think it's happening unless they get really lucky with the matchups. Okay, so now let's look at the Poway Eagles. Pascal Siakam. There is an injury issue here. He's out until the 22nd, it says. Okay, that's fine. Let's go here to schedule and just check it out. The 22nd puts him in time, Pascal Siakam, to play on the 24th and the 26th. So I think Siakam will play, and that's a good thing for this team. Dylan Brooks is suspended, but I think for just 1 game. He's not like super special for them. Honestly, if you look at it, just check out the screen. With Siakam coming back in time for the play-in, and you see that Denny Avia is healthy, Donovan Clingan, DeMar DeRozan, Stephon Castle, all healthy, all ready to play. The Poway Eagles are setting themselves up here. They're set up for a big-time upset in the play-in and moving on to the finals against the Warriors. Now, another thing I want to point out just before I leave here, I want to look at how many games a guy plays in a period. We've talked about this before. In this league, if a guy plays one game in a game period, he can either make it or break it for your team. So when you look at the Poway Eagles here in this game period coming up, that's the play-in tournament. DeMar DeRozan plays one game on the road at San Antonio. Now that's a rough matchup. That could kill the Poway Eagles. One of their better players playing a tough road game could hurt them pretty badly. They also have Jabari Smith playing on the road here at New York. It's a road trip. It's Houston out to New York. Long flight. 3-hour flight, 4-hour flight. That could cause a problem for him. These are things that could cause problems. Stephon Castle, one lone game at home against the Kings. Okay, now there's a chance for Castle to have a huge game against the lowly Sacramento Kings. These are the kind of things that are going to affect games in this league. So just food for thought, guys. At any rate, just, kind of I didn't really plan this video out. I just wanted to go over this play-in tournament thing, and I'm going to make more videos like this, just giving you my insight about our playoffs, what's going on, and what I think is going to happen. I do want to kind of preview that series between the Saints and the Sixers. That's my team, the Saints, and the Sixers. That's Jeff Just's team. That's going to be a good one, and I have some insights on that one I want to share with you guys, but I'll save that for another video. All right, guys, I'll talk to you all later.